Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over the two NCAA Tournament Final Four games for Saturday, April 1st, 2023. Now, if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. And if you're looking for my best bet, you can always find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. Alrighty, let's get into it. Here are the games in the Final Four of the NCAA Tournament. First up, it's the 9-5 matchup between Florida Atlantic and San Diego State. This one's going to be 6:09 Eastern on CBS. We see San Diego State as a 2-point favorite. Total is at 131.5. It's great to see one of these teams, one of these mid-major schools, gets a shot at winning a national championship this year in college hoops. And, you know, Florida Atlantic, their Cinderella run, they took down Memphis in a virtual buzzer beater win in the first round, 66-65. Then they took down Fairleigh Dickinson, a Cinderella story themselves, in the second round, and then wins over Tennessee and Kansas State as small underdogs in the Sweet 16 and Elite 8. While on the other side, San Diego State, they took down Charleston. They survived the 12-5 upset in the first round. They took care of business easily against Furman in the next round, and they beat the number one overall seed in Alabama in the Sweet 16 as a 7.5-point underdog. They won the game by 7 points themselves, 71-64. And then beating Creighton and, you know, another virtual buzzer beater. It was a late foul call at the end of that game with less than a second to go. And, you know, it was a controversial call for sure, but San Diego State cashed in on one of the two free throws and took down the Blue Jays in regulation. So San Diego State is 4-0 against the spread in the tournament thus far, while Florida Atlantic is 3-1. Their only non-cover was against Fairleigh Dickinson, where they were laying 15.5 points around, by the closing number, and they only won the game by 8 points. So, you know, two great teams against the spread in this tournament thus far. For me, I'm just going to lean towards Florida Atlantic. I think this team matches up pretty well with San Diego State. You know, Florida Atlantic, a strong rebounding team. It takes care of the ball. I know San Diego State's got a really strong defense, a great perimeter defense. But we've seen FAU, you know, this was a team that kind of relied on making a lot of tough shots in the regular season, making a lot of three-point jumpers. In the tournament, this hasn't really been the case. I mean, we saw last time it was their best shooting performance from the perimeter in the tournament against Kansas State, 39% from three. Before that, though, we saw against Tennessee, Florida Atlantic shot 29.6% from three. Against Fairleigh Dickinson, Florida Atlantic 29% from the perimeter as well in another win. And then against Memphis, the shots really weren't falling early, and it was a 28.6% perimeter number by the end of the game. These are well below the season average for the Owls, but they consistently find a way to win. And, you know, this is a team that's starting to score in more sustainable ways. They're trusting in their front court. Golden has really emerged as a solid option in the front court for FAU. You know, San Diego State, they're 4-0 against the number. I think they might be a little bit overvalued because of those four covers in a row, especially when you throw in the two upset wins over the number one overall seed and then Creighton in the last game. I think FAU takes this game, and I'm going to get 2 points in my back pocket. I'm going to certainly take those points just in case. Should be a close game, should be an entertaining game, but give me the Owls here plus the 2 points. Next up, let's talk about Miami and UConn. This one's going to be an 8:49 Eastern start time on CBS. We're going to see Miami as a 5.5-point underdog. Total is at 149.5. Now, I think this total is a bit inflated. I think we've seen unders cash at such a great rate this season in the NCAA tournament, 61%, I believe, going into the Final Four. And you see a total here, you know, it's at 149.5. There's some pretty good betting action on the over, you know, quite a bit of money on the over thus far, and the line is not really budged at all. So, you know, I do think when you look at both of these teams, they're obviously scoring plenty of points. We've seen them score 80-plus points in 3 of their first 4 games each in the NCAA tournament. But you also got to look at the defenses, especially UConn, who's held Iona to 63, St. Mary's to 55, a solid Arkansas offense to 65, and then Gonzaga, one of the best offenses in college hoops this year, and a perennial team that's, you know, scoring points left and right every year in college hoops. They held Gonzaga to 54 points in that Elite 8 victory. UConn is ranked 11th in adjusted defensive efficiency. They're one of the best perimeter defenses, a good defensive rebounding team. They're also 14th in two-point field goal percentage defense. So I think UConn's defense steps it up here. But Miami on the other end, although this is a team ranked 104 in adjusted defensive efficiency, shot quality-wise, this defense is underrated in my opinion. I also like the fact that, you know, in that game against Texas, it was an ugly first-half performance defensively by the Canes. They gave up 45 points in that game. Looked like they were just going to get run out of the building. They were down by double digits at one point. But the defense really sharpened up in the second half of that ball game, holding Texas to 36 points. Really impressive stuff because that Longhorns team was scoring points. You know, they scored 80-plus points in 2 of their first 3 games in the tournament. So I think Miami's defense can compete at least for a good while of this game. I think UConn is the better team, and it's why they're favored by a pretty good margin in this matchup. But I think overall, we're going to see the defenses really step up in this one. So give me the under. I think this total is just set a little bit too high. Give me the under in UConn, Miami. And that's it. Those are the games for Saturday in college basketball in the Final Four. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can always find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Ron Romanelli. Good luck.